Welcome to this beginner-friendly and grounding yoga flow. Today was filmed in the beautiful forest of upstate New York as we'll be working with our Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, helping us ground and solidify into the earth beneath us. So whenever you're ready, find your yoga mat and let's begin. Today we're going to start laying down along your yoga mat in Savasana, perhaps with the palms facing upward towards the sky. Just beginning by relaxing your head, your neck, your shoulders, and then bringing your attention to the breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale out in a sigh. Inhale through the nose, maybe expanding the belly, and exhale. Inhale deeply through the belly and exhale the breath. Good. Today's yoga class is inspired by our first chakra, the root, Muladhara, which stands for foundation, support, stability. An excellent thing to practice for both your yoga practice and just your daily life. So we'll be talking about grounding today, really feeling gravity root us into our yoga mat where we make contact with the floor. So with that in mind, let's pull the knees up into the chest, beginning to warm up our hips and our legs with some gentle knee circles here. Just opening the knees out to either side and circling them back to your chest. Inhale, circle, and exhale, pull the knees to the chest. Good. A few more times, circling those knees. And then we'll reverse the direction, opening the knees again and pulling them into your chest, starting to breathe deeply into the belly. Maybe even starting to engage with your pelvic floor, feeling your muscles expand and contract with this gentle movement. Good. Let's curl up into a little ball, squeeze and hold, and then relax, releasing soles of the feet to the mat. Preparing for our bridge pose here, so palms press into the mat, feet press into the mat, and we slowly lift the hips up to the sky into bridge pose. Good, just holding here at the top, finding this position, and then slowly lowering one vertebra at a time till your tailbone makes contact with the mat. Good, on your next exhale, tensing your core, pressing the heels and palms in the mat, lift the hips to the sky. At the top, we hold with a deep inhale into the nose, and exhale, relax the hips back down, slowly to your mat. Good. And again, on your next exhale, pressing the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, hold. Option here if you want to thread the fingers, really pressing the feet into your mat, feeling where you have contact with the arms, soles of the feet, the neck, lifting your hips up to the sky, and then releasing the hold and the hips slowly back down to your yoga mat. Good. Let's pull the knees into the chest once more, curling up into a little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel your core ignite here and release down. Coming into our figure four stretch next, so I'm just crossing my left ankle right over top of my right knee. Option here if you want to lift the figure four up off the mat for a deeper stretch and starting to gently tug the figure four in towards your chest. This can be a pretty tricky stretch for many, so no worries if it's quite tight. On your inhale, hold steady, and on your exhale, with that release, tug a little closer. I recommend inhaling here deep into the belly, expanding your belly and pelvic floor, and then on the exhale, a little release and tug it closer. You can even rock side to side if that feels comfortable for you. Let's release the stretch and take it right to the other side, so your right ankle crosses on top of the left quad. Option to lift the figure four a little closer. On the inhale, hold steady, and on your exhale, gentle tug in towards your chest. Inhale, hold, expand the belly. Exhale, release and tug. And again, inhale, expand, and exhale, gentle tug of the legs. Good. You can feel free to rock a little bit side to side here, doing what's ever needed to open up and warm up those hips. On your next exhale, releasing the figure four stretch, planting both feet back down onto the mat. Reaching the arms up overhead. I struggled a little bit here as I'm in a dry waterfall. Rolling up off the mat, use your core, reach the arms up to the top, inhale, and exhale, coming into our Baddha Konasana butterfly pose. Be rolling the shoulders back, looking up. Exhale, concave your spine, curl over. Good. Inhale, rolling onto that root chakra and the perineum area. Open the chest. And exhale, pull belly button to the spine. Deep breaths here. Inhale, open the chest, look up to the sky. And exhale, press, contract the core muscles. One more time. Inhale, look up, open the chest. Exhale, contract the core. And then find a neutral, erect spine. So I'm just showing you here, you don't want to be hunched over. If you're struggling, you can extend the feet out a little more in front of you for your butterfly pose. And now we're just going to set the hands behind us, having a nice deep stretch and butterfly. Your root chakra is on the perineum area. So if you want to think right where your pelvis right now is making connection with the floor. So we just want to feel that area in connection with the earth throughout this practice. Let's cross the legs and switch over into our tabletop position. So our hands in knee pose. Your shoulders are right over top of the wrists and the hips over top of the knees. Let's start with cat-cow here. So inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine, concave over. Good. A few more times like that. Inhale, we open the chest, drop the belly. On your exhale, pull the belly button to the spine, build a little mountain. Inhale, drop open that chest, look up. Exhale, curve the spine, build a mountain. Really pressing the palms and the knees into the mat here. Inhale, open. Exhale, press the mat away from you to build a mountain. Good. Inhale, open. Glance up. Exhale, press the palms and come into your curvature, your concave mountain. Lovely. Let's just find a neutral spine now. Inhaling, reaching the right palm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle pose here so your right palm reaches underneath. And just finding a good stretch. If you spend a lot of time at a desk, this is a lovely pose to start to work out some of those shoulder and neck knots. If you'd like a more advanced variation, reaching the left palm up to the sky and then tucking it behind the back, only if that's something you'd like to take. And as we breathe into this pose, rooting the right shoulder into your mat, opening up the root chakra from the base of your spine, from the perineum area. Let's release the bind if you were in it, pressing the left palm into your mat and coming back into tabletop position. Just to the other side now. Inhale, reach the left palm up. On your exhale, thread the left arm underneath into your thread the needle pose. Same thing here. Option if you want to take it for a little bind, reaching the right palm up, chicken wings behind you, just to deepen the stretch if you want that variation. Feel free to shift around as needed, rooting the left shoulder into your mat, perhaps trying to expand the hips a little bit, really opening your root chakra up to the sky in this position. Good. Deep breaths in any twist as we hold. And on your next exhale, releasing the right palm back down to the mat and pressing into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes behind you, press the palms, and lift the hips up to the sky in your first downward facing dog. Option, of course, to keep the knees bent as you warm up, maybe pedaling out one leg at a time, and finding a comfortable down dog for your stretch here. So we started laying down today, slowly made our way to tabletop, and now we're lifting away from our mat. That just means we have more gravity to feel and play with. So find your final stretch, pressing the palms and feet into the mat, and then walk the hands back towards your feet into forward fold, dropping the head and rolling up for 3, 2, and 1. I know you can't see me, but I promise all I'm doing is reaching up to the sky. On your exhale, forward fold. At the bottom of your forward fold, we're going to walk out to plank here. In your plank, making sure to have a nice strong core, pressing the mat away from you. Let's drop our knees. Take a slow chaturanga tricep push-in variation, tenting your fingers and just gently peeling the chest off the mat for baby cobra. Good. Exhale, come back down to the mat. And again, inhale, gentle lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the chest away. Exhale back down to your mat. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release to your mat. Good. Pressing the palms back into the mat. Tuck your toes. Press up on the knees. And shift. Press those hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog. From our downward dog, remembering to ground the feet, ground the hands into our yoga mat. And then walking the hands back to the feet once more for forward fold at the back of your mat. Drop the head fully, roll up for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's step to the center of our mat. We're going to inhale, reach the palms up to the sky as you sink the hips into Utkatasana chair pose. Lowering the hands down to your heart, and then twisting to the left for twisted chair. Just holding here. This is a pretty tricky position, right? Hard on our thighs, on our balance. So let's just breathe through it. Inhale and exhale out. Inhale once more, and on your exhale, coming center, reach the palms up, sinking right back down, palms to center for chair on the other side. Twisting to our right and holding tight core, deep breath, inhale. Exhale out. One more inhale. Exhale, twist back to the center and extend to standing. This time, inhale, lift the left knee. We're going to cross the left ankle just at top of the right knee area, sinking into our standing pigeon pose. It's okay if you're a little wiggle wobbly, maybe just trying again. A tight core will work wonders to help your balance, really rooting the right foot down into the mat. Now, this is just an option if you'd like it, but you can take that same twisted position, placing the left elbow in the sole of your left foot. Again, if that variation is a little too much for you today, it's okay to skip, just given something fun to try. On your next exhale, let's release the pose and take it to the other side. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, cross the right leg over top of the left and sink into your standing pigeon pose. Hold here. If you want a little challenge, we can twist over to the left side, placing the right elbow in the sole of your right foot. Again, we're rooted. We have one tree limb here, our left leg. So we're pressing that foot into the mat, the earth beneath us to hold us steady. Beautiful. On your next exhale, coming to center and releasing into your standing position. Let's step up towards the front of our mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Dropping fully in your forward fold. Let's press the palms into the mat and step back into your plank position. Dropping the knees, sinking the hips back into child's pose, Balasana. Taking a moment here to let the forehead sink into the mat. This will be our final resting pose today. If you want to join me in a gentle stretch over to the left side of your mat, inhaling deeply here, expand the belly. Exhale, sink. Inhale. And on your exhale, shifting over to the right side. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, sink. Inhale. And on your exhale, coming back to center, maybe crossing the arms and resting your head on your forearms. Just relaxing here, starting to feel gravity tug you a little deeper into your mat. Picturing your connection points with the ground beneath you on the forearms, the knees, along the shins and the feet. In yoga, solidity, groundedness, rootedness is so important to give us a strong foundation and also connection to the earth that sustains us. I hope you really enjoyed focusing on your Muladhara chakra. I hope you feel grounded and supported by the very earth beneath your feet. Taking a few final deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale out. Inhale. And on your exhale, feel free to stay, or if you want to join me for a few final deep breaths, I'm just going to come up to a kneeling position. I'll face you in the center of my mat. Whatever works for you, maybe crisscross applesauce. I'll just take a few final deep breaths here. So whenever you're ready, maybe joining me for a big inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, drawing my palms down through center. And once more, inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, drawing those palms down to my heart. Thank you so much for joining me for this chakra-inspired practice. I hope to see you again on your mat soon. It means the absolute world to me if you provide some feedback, if you like this video, and definitely if you subscribe. You can also find me on social media like TikTok and Instagram, and I have a website if you'd like to get in touch. Have a most wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.